Hi, hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Nekopara Volume 1. Last time, Shinguri gave us a room update. And this time, we are doing, I have no idea what. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you again, says Chocolate. Welcome, the menu is right over here, and the specials are listed on this sign here, says Chocolate. Okay, you guys gonna have to excuse me for this next sentence I'm about to speak. There's a word I do not know how to pronounce, so however horrible it comes out, that's how we're gonna deal with it. So I appreciate your understanding. Thank you for waiting. Here's your seasonal Millet Fouet and your chocolate Mont Blanc, says Vanilla. Ah, if you'll be dining in, please come right this way. Here is the menu, says Chocolate. Here's your receipt. Will you be needing some dry ice to keep it cool while you carry it home, asked Vanilla. Alright, says Cashel, maybe I'll take this moment to bake some more sponge cake for the shortcakes, he says. I looked through the window into the bakery floor and saw that the customer traffic had calmed down a bit. Glancing at the clock, I saw it was almost 3 p.m. It seemed that selling out and closing early on opening day actually got us noticed. Thanks to some tweets and blog posts, word of mouth had spread and we were really busy the next day. You could argue that it was just a big coincidence, but this was definitely all because of Shinguri, he says. Master, we're almost out of fruit shortcakes and cream puffs too, says Chocolate. Got it, I'll start making more now then, says Cashel. Master, we've received an order for a birthday cake. I'll leave the form over here, says Vanilla. Alright, I'll check it later, says Cashel. To think Chocolate and Vanilla are actually able to help out this much, says Cashel. I watched as the two of them quickly and energetically engaged the customers. Chocolate was enthusiastic as always, while Vanilla showed her attention to detail. They greatly contributed to the rising fame of the bakery as La Soleil's poster cat girls. I didn't really expect much when I sought their assistance, but they've been a big help. Well, it's about time for a break, huh, says Cashel. This one is almost done anyways, he says. I lightly stretched my neck from side to side as I took a look at the ingredients for the next batch and put them into the refrigerator. Good work, you two, says Cashel. Oh, this is, they both say. Master, is this cheesecake, asked Chocolate? Not only that, it's the rare kind too. It's a rare cheesecake, Chocolate. The surface is all glossy, says Vanilla. This is because you two have been working so hard. As requested, here's your reward, says Cashel. Master, you made this rare cheesecake for us, asked Chocolate. You're so kind, Master, says Vanilla. This is the kind of joy you get from working hard, says Vanilla. The eyes of the two cat girls were sparkling as they looked at the rare cheesecake with delight. It was worth it to see them this happy. I sat down into a chair and poured hot water into the teapot. Vanilla, Chocolate was thinking we should share some of this happiness with Shinguri-chan, says Chocolate. But neither of us have a cell phone. How regretful, says Vanilla. Chocolate sees. We can't take a picture of it without a phone then, huh? Asked Chocolate. Cat girls without cameras are helpless, says Vanilla. Chocolate knows. If we don't have a camera, then let's draw something. We'll put our emotions into a picture, she says. Now, Master, I'd like you to draw Chocolate and me. Be quick now, says Vanilla. Just hurry up and eat it. Break time is almost over, says Cashel. I calmly urged them as I poured 3 cups of tea. As always, these two cat girls had limitless energy, but I seriously wondered if they were trying to act as silly as they were being. In that case, let's try some, says Chocolate. It's so tasty. I loved how soft and rich it is, says Chocolate. I can feel Master's loveness, says Chocolate. Chocolate is the happiest cat girl in the world right now, she says. This exquisite amount of sweetness and slight burst of lemon. It's delicious, says Vanilla. The cookie crust at the bottom is also. The slight bitterness makes me so, says Vanilla. I'm glad you two like it, says Kashao. I made some sauces for it too, he says. It'd help if you two could give me some feedback on them. Isn't that Chocolate's favorite chocolate sauce, says Chocolate. This is my favorite berry sauce. It even has matcha powder, says Vanilla. Is it alright for everything to be this perfect, asked Chocolate. Are we allowed to be this happy, she asked me. Delicious. Both of them enhance the natural flavor of the unbaked cream cheesecake and double the deliciousness, says Vanilla. So good. It really is delicious, Master, says Chocolate. It tastes just like a professional, she says. It really does taste like a professional's work, says Vanilla. Master is super cool, she says. Well, I am a beginner, but I can at least do this, says Kashao. They've probably been waiting for an opportunity to praise me, so I suppose it is a good thing. After hearing their request, I actually secretly did some research on making rare cheesecakes, but I'll leave that as a secret. Master, reward makes Chocolate so happy, she says. On top of being praised, Chocolate gets to eat something delicious too. Chocolate is so happy now, she says. We're working really hard out there after all, says Vanilla. It would have been harder if Master was all alone, right? Asked Vanilla. You're right, says Kashao. You two really were a big help. There, he says. I patted both the genuinely happy Chocolate and the proud Vanilla on the head. Chocolate will work even harder for Master's sake, says Chocolate. Chocolate's gonna work really hard now, right, Vanilla? She asked. I'll work so that my food expenses are covered, just enough so that you can't call me a freeloader, says Vanilla. Geez, you aren't being honest. You like working here too, right, Vanilla? Asked Chocolate. It's because it's fun to work with Chocolate, says Vanilla. That's all. That's really all there is to it, she says. Vanilla's face is getting red, says Chocolate. Girls like that get their cheeks poked. Poke, says Chocolate. I'm not turning red, says Vanilla. Hey, cut it out, says Vanilla. Even Master says not to do stuff like this while eating, she says. My poster cat girls were such adorable little things. I watched them go at it as I poured another cup of tea. I can understand why cat girls make great mascots, though. It was heartwarming and sweet to see them act like such happy sisters. Since you two are helping me this much, you're gonna have to study really hard, right? Asked Kashao. Study? Asked Chocolate. For what? How to make cake, she asked me. Management? Asked Vanilla. You've already decided to retire from your executive position, Master? She asked. No, you think I'm going to retire a few days after opening? Asked Kashao. Studying for your qualifications. You two remember what Shinguri said, right? Asked Kashao. Upon hearing my words, their blank expressions changed as their eyes began to shine. Qualifications? As in a bell, they both asked me. Yep, you two are working really hard as poster cat girls after all, says Kashao. Master, does that mean? Asked Chocolate. Chocolate and Vanilla turned to each other with looks of amazement. Suddenly, they had both stood up and bent forward across the table. Does that mean that Chocolate and Vanilla have been helpful? Asked Chocolate. Does that mean we've been doing a good job? Asked Vanilla. Of course, says Kashao. That's what I said, right? He asked them. If you two weren't around, I don't think I'd be able to keep the bakery going, says Kashao. Just like before, I tapped their heads in thanks again. Will Master be happy if Chocolate gets a bell? Asked Chocolate. Of course, says Kashao. Master would be proud to have his two poster cat girls earn their bells, says Vanilla. Yeah, I'm proud of you two, but, says Kashao. As your owner, I want to have proof that I raised you two well, too, says Kashao. That's why you two should work for your own sakes as well, says Kashao. I'll also be doing my best alongside you two. I ruffled their hair. They closed their eyes and smiled even more brightly than before. Okay, Chocolate will work hard. Chocolate will do her absolute best, she says. Chocolate will work so hard that Master will always need chocolate, she says. If we receive our bells, will you take us out to play too, asked Vanilla. There are lots of places I want to go, okay, she asked. Ah, sure, says Kashao. Whether it's an amusement park or the aquarium, I'll take you two there, he says. Yay, going to the amusement park with Master would make Chocolate so happy, she says. Chocolate wants to go to Little Mouse Kingdom, she says. I want to see an aurora or crater on the moon, or both is good, says Vanilla. Within reason, okay, asked Kashao. Are you two listening, he says. The two cat girls were lost in their own fantasy worlds while their eyes gleamed. I never thought that they'd start dreaming of going overseas or even space. A cat girl's dreams obviously weren't something to make light of. They were incredible. On the other hand, if it's anywhere we want, then Master's bed is good too, says Chocolate. The first cat girl in history to go into outer space, says Vanilla. Better yet, perhaps we could go as far as Mars, she says. Hey, breaks over, you two. Go get to it, says Kashao. It was a bit of a struggle to bring Chocolate and Vanilla back to reality after they had traveled so far mentally. How do you do, mademoiselle? Alright, everybody. I'm gonna call it here for this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Nekopara Volume 1.